Welcome to Wizert.com. I'm maths teacher Aditi. We have this question here. If 12 men can do a job in 5 days, how many men can do the work in 2 days? Now we are going to use unitary method here, but we we have three variables here, three different parameters here. That is number of men, number of days, and part of work. But our unitary method works for only two variables at a time. So we cannot have all the three variables varying at a time. So what we'll have to do? We'll have to keep one of these variables or parameters constant at a time and then use unitary method on remaining two variables or parameters. So let us start with varying number of days and part of work. So number of men will be constant. So number of men is given as 12. So we'll keep number of men as 12 and they can do entire part, that is entire work in 5 days. So these 12 men can do how much of work in 1 day? These are days. This is part of job, part of work or job. Okay, so these are number of days and number of men are constant. So now we cross multiply. So we get part of work being done by 12 men in 1 day multiplied by 5 is equal to 1. Therefore, 12 men are doing 1/5 of work. 1/5 of work in 1 day. In 1 day. Now, we have to find number of men who can do the job in 2 days. So, what part of work is being done by one man, we'll have to find that. So what is constant here? 1 day is constant. So number of days, it's constant at 1. Okay, so part of work and number of men, these two are varying. Number of men, these two are varying. So 12 men, sorry, 1/5 of work is being done in 1 day by 12 men. So how much of work is being done by 12 men is being done by one man in 1 day? So this is the variable here, and now we can use unitary method and now we cross multiply. Now we cross multiply. Therefore, part of work being done by one man in 1 day is equal to, multiplied by 12 is equal to 1 multiplied by 1 by 5. So part of work being done by one man in 1 day will be equal to 1 divided by 12 into 5, which is equal to 160. So 1/60th of work is being done by one man in 1 day. Now this means that one man can do 1/60th of the work in 1 day. So we have to find out the same man, that is number of men equal to 1 at constant, number of days and part of work can vary. Work. So this one man can do in one day 1/60th of the work. So how much of the work will he do in 2 days? So now we cross multiply. Multiply. So this is part of work he will complete in one day in 2 days multiplied by 1 is equal to 1 by 60 multiplied by 2. So part of work that he will complete in 2 days is equal to 2 by 60, which is 2 ones are 2, 2 threes are 6. So which is 1 by 30. So this means that one man can do 1/30th of work in 2 days. So we have number of days constant now because we have to find out how many men can do the same work in 2 days. Number of days is equal to 2. Now this is constant. Number of men and part of work can vary. So one man can do 1/30th of work in 2 days. So how many men can do entire work? That is entire work will be 1. So 1 work in 2 days. So now we cross multiply. Cross multiply. So number of men required to do the job in 2 days multiplied by 130 is equal to 1 multiplied by 1. So number of men who can do the job in 2 days is equal to 30 will be going here in multiplication. So 30. Therefore, we require 30 men to do the job in 2 days. Let's see. Answer is option C.